I'm back again with another easy, no-knead bread recipe, this time for crusty Italian rolls. You don't have to be a baker to make great bread at home. You just need about 3 hours and some simple ingredients that you likely already have in your cupboard. Let's make this together. Okay, let's make some crusty Italian rolls. Couldn't be easier, delicious, anyone can make them. No baking experience required. Shout out goes to Cooking with Mama C. Many thanks to her for her original recipe. All you'll need is 3½ cups of all-purpose flour. I'm using bread flour. You can use either 1¼ teaspoon of instant yeast, 2 teaspoons of granulated sugar, 1½ teaspoon of coarse salt or sea salt, a tablespoon of olive oil. Not extra virgin, just the light olive oil because it's relatively flavorless. An egg for the egg wash, and 1½ cups of warm water. I'm using a mixer stand. You don't have to if you want to beat it and knead it yourself, but this way, no kneading will be required. Add your flour, your yeast, your sugar, your salt, and your olive oil to the mixer bowl. Add your 1½ cups of warm water to the bowl. Place your mixer on the first setting. It should be stir on a KitchenAid for about a minute. Then put it on setting number 2 for 6 minutes. That'll knead the dough. A minute done, now we're on number 2 for 6 minutes. Also, if you have to add a pinch of water, do so. You want it sticky. Okay, 6 minutes on number 2 are up. And it should look like that. Kind of bring it into a ball. Spray a bowl with cooking spray so that you can oil up the dough a little. You should be looking something like this. And it moves around a little bit. And the entire bowl is covered with a little bit of the oil. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap and let it sit at room temperature for at least 2 hours. I put it in my oven on off and let it sit there, and if you have a proof setting on your oven, you're ahead of the game. Okay, it's doubled in size, and now you're gonna punch it down to get rid of the bubbles. Scoop it out onto a well-floured surface. Okay, when you have a nice even circle, you're gonna cut it in half. I'm using a scraper, and then you're gonna cut each half in half until you have about 8 roughly equal sizes. Probably should weigh them, but I don't. Got 8 pieces. Then you're gonna roll them with your hand, sticking a lot. So what I did is I spray a little bit of the cooking oil onto my hands to make them into a ball. All 8 of them in the parchment paper, cover loosely with a lint-free towel, and we're gonna let them rise one more time for 40 minutes. Halfway through your last 40-minute rise, preheat your oven at 425. Then take a 9x13 metal baking dish and fill it with hot water and carefully put it in the lowest rack of the oven underneath where you're gonna bake the rolls. That'll help it get nice and crusty. The steam rising up from the water will help with the baking process. Okay, 40 minutes, second rise is done. And it's plumped up. And now what I like to do, it's optional, but I like it for the color and flavor, is 1 egg, whisk it up, and do a little bit of an egg wash on top of the rolls. Okay, brush with the egg. Now put them in the 425-degree oven for 22 minutes. The first 10 minutes at 425, then reduce the oven to 400 for the rest of the time. Okay, time's up. I can't wait to see them. They smell so great. Oh, they are looking good. They cook perfectly. Now let them cool on a rack. Nice crust on top, but so soft. Time to give this a try. That's a great roll.